Today on the channel, we got a first look, and we're Doom Trooping with the Doom Trooper from Invincible Toys.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another toy unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a first time, we got something brand new. We got from the F.I.S.T line, we got a little Doom Trooper from Invincible Toys. And head over to Invincible Toys Instagram channel, check out all the content. They got comic books coming around this, a lot going on with this military style line, a little bit of, taking a little of that G.I. Joe stuff, maybe a little bit of Valaverse, and a little dash and sprinkle of their own little world here. And these do look like they will scale with G.I. Joe classified Valaverse figures and so on, as we're getting a lot of third-party companies coming out with different toy lines to support around the G.I. Joe brand, which is an all-timer of a line right now with the classified line. And usually when these third-party companies come, it raises all the ships, makes everybody work a little bit better. But we're going to find out what's going on with this old Doom Trooper. And the way we're going to do that, hey, we're going to do it like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see what goes on from there, what happens. What do we find with this Doom Trooper, like a young Zakk Wylde in the Black Label Society? Little box-style packaging does, first instinct, reminds me a little bit of the old-school Valaverse packaging before they went onto a card. So we do have that. Big window box, see the figure, what's going on there. It does say Doom Trooper. You got the F.I.S.T logo up at the top. Support the evil F.I.S.T. I assume the evil F.I.S.T at this point here. You got a little glamour shot, a little cartoon action shot. Of course, like I said, there's a comic book. I assume this is the comic book artwork out of there. We own you, safe, F.I.S.T. It says that, and then you got 2 QR codes as well down there. Then on the back, got a little cross-sell. Always got to have that cross-sell. Got a little bit of a file card going on. And some jibber-jabber. Everybody loves a little jibber-jabber. Let's see what it says. Doom Trooper, name unknown. He could be from parts unknown. Who knows? His nickname, the old Doom Trooper. Age, his average age is between 35 and 50 red moons. I believe I'm 42 red moons, I think is what I did last time I checked. Red moons is a good way to count years, of course, as we know. Qualities, loyalty, obedience, tenacity, flaws, selfishness, recklessness, pride. Okay. Rank, corporal. Humans eliminated 25. Oh my gosh, watch out. We do got it in Spanish as well back here. Looking good, of course. 3 and up, you guys better be after this. It's 4-year-olds and up from here. That's what I'm saying. We're going to get him out of the package. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to be Doom Trooping all over the place. Falls right out of the plastic prison right there. Not tight, not locked in, anything like that. So that's a little different. See you later. Goodbye. We're going to find out what's going on here. We got a little, looks almost like the old G.I. Joe storage locker on the side. Can I get it out? That's the $1,000,000 question. Well, we're just going to slide it out. There it is. How about that? How about that? Can we get it all? Can we get it? I'm anxious to see. It looks like there's a little something going on in here. Let's see. I'm going to pull it. There we go. Okay. There it is. Well, you get a little background here. This wouldn't be bad for figure photographers. A little wall background. That's a nice little add in there. I might hang on to that. Save that. Give it the old gentle see you later. Box. See you later. Goodbye. And then we do get some plastic. What do we got going on in here? I'm going to cut it open. Luckily, got the scissors at the ready here. Ready scissors. There's that. See you later. Goodbye. What do we got here? Oh, man. 2 baggies of stuff. Oh, my gosh. Baggies for days. Pull that all out. Get ready. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. All right. Let's get down to business here. Dare I say a little bit of that old-fashioned monkey business. We're going to see what all the fuss is about with this. But now we got this F.I.S.T. Does say free 3D printable file. Oh, that's interesting. So it's a Battle Scream head. So that is kind of cool. You could do your QR code here, and it will give you a free file for a head you can print on your own. Now, I don't know if you guys are like me. I don't own a 3D printer. I don't even know how to do any of that kind of stuff. I would love to, but I don't. But for those that do, that's pretty cool to get a free head right there. I think that is a pretty cool incentive, especially as we go into the future, I do believe. Now we do got this card here for the Doom Trooper. Bilingual card, both sides. It does say safe at the bottom. Got the stuff we read on the back, but then it does say, background, loyal servants to the monarch. They wish to die in battle in order to gain access to the Great Red Moon. Oh, yes. Trained from birth for war, they believe that every enemy eliminated will be a treasure after death. They see the Delta Dimension Earth as a great trophy to give the monarch and an opportunity to accumulate treasures for when they reach the Great Red Moon. So it's quite the story right there. And we did get this little kind of loadout card here to store everything. It does say F.I.S.T on it. See you later. Goodbye. But now let's dive into it. Let's dive into these accessories first. And I guess we'll do it with the two big heavy-duty weapons here. Very alien-like, very scientific-like is what we got going here with the green and black attack going on. Very futuristic-looking weapon. A big heavy-duty blaster here. Handle on the end. Of course, trigger everything down here. Looking pretty good, all things considered. Good weight to this as well. A little bit of heavy in the weight department. And then we do get this one here, another futuristic style weapon. Looking nice, got the trigger, all that kind of stuff. Another handle on the end once again. Looking very interesting. Now we get over to the second set of stuff, we'll call it. We do get a knife. Everybody likes a knife, even an alien from the Red Moon. Got a little knife, silver blade at the top right here, black handle. Looking very interesting. A little pistol here, a little blaster. I can see that going on. No spot for effect pieces, anything like that on these. And then we do get some holsters going on. So we got a knife holster. We got a gun holster. Those do plug in on the side. They got a little peg. Plug in there on the side very nicely. And you got some of that stuff going on. And then we do get a little, I guess, ammo canisters, whatever they could be. They could be grenades, things like that. And then you get a little pocket action. So you can choose your own adventure. You can display this stuff kind of how you want to, where you want to put it on the figure. But now we got to get down to the figure itself. That's the most important part of any unboxing, any toy line. And we got this Doom Trooper going on. So first thing I noticed, a little bit loose. It could be a little bit tighter fitting, I guess I would say, on this whole vest apparatus. It doesn't seem to be a way to tighten it up or anything like that, but a little bit loose, which isn't terrible because you don't want it to limit your figure and your articulation and things like that, but it is a little bit like he's swimming in it. Like he needed one size smaller is what it looks like there. But let's start with the head sculpt on this guy here. Like I said, looking like an alien monster. Looks like he could fit in Cobra Law, or he could hang out with Road Pig with the Dreadnoks, maybe. Who knows? A big army helmet going on, and then he's got kind of that fur mohawk at the top, something a Roman gladiator would have. You got some studs and spikes on the side of the helmet. He's got a very classic kind of motorcycle helmet style helmet there. Now getting down to it, he's got some purple glasses on, some big old tusk-like teeth coming out, and a red, I guess we'll call it a beard, a little goatee in the front in red, looking interesting. Of course, a green skin tone throughout, and that carries down to the chest and the arms, which are bare outside of this vest. The camo pattern on his skin color almost reminds me of Battle Cat from He-Man and the Masters Universe, kind of what it reminds me of. Got the big vest over the top in the black and the purple. Like I said, a little bit loose. You do got a little shoulder guard action. Everything will move out of the way, though, for the articulation, which is nice. You got two spots in the front here you can plug some of this stuff into. You want to plug in his knife. You can do that right in the front very easily. Very customizable here, so you can choose how you want these things to be displayed. Always appreciate that. A little choose your own adventure, as we say here on the channel. Getting down to the body here, you do got some tights, pants in purple color. Very Techno Viper-esque is what we got going there. We got two spots on the side. You can put his weapons, do whatever you need to as far as that goes, plugging in. Nothing plugs into the belt, as I see. You do got a G.I. Joe style backpack hole in the back. So if you do have a backpack or other figure things, you can store on that if you would like to. Does got some little knee pads in the black and green, and then he's got some big old boots going on, green and black attack, looking very interesting here. Now, articulation on this guy, let's see, arms all the way around. Butterfly shoulders in there, just a little bit of butterfly, not a ton to write home about, but a little going on there. You do get a bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows, pretty smooth in the articulation department. Looks a little unnatural there in the articulation, but we've seen that with the G.I. Joe Classifieds as well. Or no, that was Marvel Legends. I keep thinking of that like janitor suit. Who had that? Dormammu or whatever from the Doctor Strange wave had. But you got a little of that. Hands back and forth, side to side. Hands not removable. We didn't get extra hands with this either. We do got two trigger hands going on both sides there, though. You got to have that for any of these kind of guys, of course. Now, he does got a hula hoop articulation at the top, plus traditional waist. So you got double articulation. No ab crunch on this one. It's just a hula hoop at the top, like an Ultimate Edition from the WWE line, I would say. Waist goes pretty smooth as well. Legs, no drop down hips on this one like used to with G.I. Joe and Valverse, but boy, he can do some very, very smooth splits on him. Very smooth articulation. A little loose in the articulation, not overly tight where you're like, oh, and you feel like you got to heat him up. I don't feel like you have to heat any of this up for sure. You do get a thigh cut right there. You do get a double jointed pinless knee going on, and it's smooth as butter, I will say, as far as the articulation goes. You do get a boot cut, always good to see that. Ankles back and forth, up and down, side to side. He does got a peg hole. Is he going to fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at ringside. Look at that. Fits perfectly right there. Fits very good. Now, this isn't bad at all. It's just a little bit, and I would say futuristic alien with G.I. Joe doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, it does. Cobra Law, then they had the G.I. Joe Space Force. We even had alien figures from G.I. Joe. So really, this can fit in with G.I. Joe, be it later years G.I. Joe from the toy line. But it is an interesting line. It's taking that military-style figure that the classified line and Valverse out there forefront and bringing a little bit of new twists and turns to the lines is what it's doing. I guess not technically part of those lines, but to the concept. And then collectors out there, you can vote with your wallet, pick up what you want, but these will intermingle with your figures, which leads me to the, of course, comparisons. How about a little Valverse here? Of course, Valverse on a tear lately. A lot of figures the last couple of years. These guys scale perfectly with the Valverse. So if you want to incorporate this as a sub-team into your Valverse line, you can choose your own adventure right there. And same thing with G.I. Joe. Of course, Tiger Force here to take care of all the problems with my boy Flint. He's ready to take on this Fist and the Doom Trooper all day long if he has to. But scales perfectly with the Joe of Valverse brand. So that is pretty cool, and I think that might make some collectors that are all in on these lines, both these lines, whatever, maybe take a look at this, do a little bit of dabbling into the Doom Trooper and some of the other characters in the line. Like I said, it could be a fun sub-team if that is your thing. You got to vote with your wallet at the end of the day. But an interesting one, a fun one here. I'll be looking at the rest of the line, seeing what's going on, see what interests me, see what piques my interest, much like I do with the Valverse line. Can't get everything. You can't get everything as much as you want to get everything, but I'm everything G.I. Joe, of course. Obviously, it's my bread and butter from when I was a little kid, but I love to dabble with a few of these things to mix and match, and for me, I'm going to stick these with my Valverse figures, kind of have that little world over there together, and that's at least my plan. But what's your plans? What's your thought? You picking up this line, you dabbling, you diving in, you checking it out for the first time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and of course, you made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget to hit me up, follow along on social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for a little Doom Trooper, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.